So it's essentially a new month. March is basically in about a day, 24 hours around that time. So we're going to go ahead and start the new monthly markup. Every month we like to clear the charts, and it's come to my attention that the futures chart is actually the most accurate representation of the market, right? It only shows this move here, which is at this point the most important. If you look at the other NAS charts, yes, there's more price action, but essentially, this area is what we need to really focus on. I mean, yes, there's more down there, but if we really break beneath these lows, we have a whole nother problem. So the first step is to respect, these lows. Go ahead and annotate that, the all-time highs, 22,450. And then this is essentially the structure that was broken to the upside. And we all know that a break of structure to the upside indicates bullish behavior. So that's definitely getting marked up. And of course, these lows here. And this is the 12-month chart. So, yeah. Yeah. Hold on. Let me have the Discord hop on. Let me share my screen real quick. Boom. Here it is. All right. So anyone, what's good? What's good? But yeah, let me go ahead and recap for you all. But I went ahead and marked up the lows. This is the Nasdaq futures, which is the most accurate representation of the actual market. If I go back to the other Nas right in here, you see that there's more structure. But as far as right now, as long as if we break beneath these lows, we have a whole other type of issue, right? So this structure should be respected as well. Go ahead and draw the Fibonacci. These lows to the all-time highs, 50% right in here. And then, the hot zone, the 786, 886 is back at the structure, which would be, this structure would be essentially like the accumulation and where the banks and institutions like to get in and mitigate their order. So it's very likely that price could come down here. But we shall see. Again, this is the 12-month chart, which means every single candle is worth 1 year. So this is 3 years worth of data. And then going to the monthly. And again, this is a new month coming up. So every month I do clear the chart and start fresh. So I'll start with NAS and then gold. And then after that, we can go to the whatever one you guys want to do after that. But for sure NAS, and then I'll do gold next. I know those are the two most popular ones that we all trade. So I want to focus on those on a daily basis. But yeah, futures, it's only 3 candles. Yeah, it's 3 candles for the year. Because the futures, it only shows like minimal data, like the most important part of it. But of course, when you look at other charts, we have a lot more information. But at this point, this is pretty important. Like this is the most important right now. This is over 5,000 pips. Right, this is a very aggressive push to the upside. Again, going back to the 12-month, this is a clean. You have the accumulation here. And then boom, price break structure. So we're just pushing to the upside. Super solid. And then from there, I'm on the monthly chart. I'm going to mark up some monthly structure as well. So as I see price moving to the upside, what I'm looking for is how we got there. What structure did we have to break to get to where we are now? And I'm looking where current price is. And I'm like, okay, I'm looking at current price. And I'm looking to the left and seeing, okay, what structure is there that we broke in that area, which is, first of all, I'm looking right here. I'm looking at these lows as well. Right, price is approaching all this. So you can easily mark that up. We tried to break above here and then price swept, still respecting the structure. And then it tried again, swept even these highs and still respected this structure. And then we finally broke above. So that's very significant monthly structure, right? That's very important. And we're on our way to come back and retest it, right? Also, these highs were broken as well. So you could have had buy limits at this structure as price returned, and even these lows were swept. This is the low from the previous month. This is January's monthly candle, and price at this point for the month, again, it closes in 20 hours. If you look at the time, if we do close back above either these lows or these highs, that means that there's a chance we could continue higher. But if we close like how it is now below these levels, then I wouldn't be surprised if he came and swept liquidity at these lows, or we retested this structure right here. That's where we're at. That's pretty much where we're at. Like this is relevant structure that's surrounding price. So in order for price to continue lower, we'd have to break all this, right, and continue lower. We'd have to, close full body candle beneath here as well to even think about price wanting to go down. Because if we close, price closes up here, or it just wicks this liquidity and respects structure, then hey, there's a high chance that price wants to continue higher. But then that's when we go to lower time frames. Let me make sure these lines are visible on every time frame, because you got to be able to see it. Top down analysis. Boom. Let's go to the weekly. You got to do this every time you open the chart. I know maybe it's tedious or whatever, but if you're not doing this when you open up a chart for the first time and you're marking it up, starting from the top, going down, then you're just jumping in blind without having all the information. It's like a lawyer trying to fight a case without even having the evidence. Like you need to look at everything. And now we're on the weekly, and we see here again the weekly candle is closing as well at the same time as a month, because the month and the week end at the same time. And look at structure. Look what's happening at these lows. Look what's happening even at these lows here, right? So price swept these lows and these lows, right? 2 points of liquidity, 2 places where people could have had under leveraged buy limits. Now they're in drawdown, but it's fine because they're not over leveraged and their account can handle, 52 points of drawdown, or 150 points. It came all the way 200 points of drawdown. Can your account handle 200 points of drawdown? Right? Of 3 separate buy limits that got activated. That's why it's good to just test trade, 0.01s, even if it's on NAS Mini. It can be 0.10s on NAS Mini or 0.25. You're pretty much breaking it up into quarters. Spread out the trade over a larger area. Instead of having a nice high lot size at one point, spread that lot size into like 5 or like 4 parts, like a quarter, or 10 parts or 5 parts, and it's spread out over all this space. And then when it finally goes, then you can start stacking the way you want to. But that's after you've seen price reverse back in your direction and then start working its way up, like something like this. Boom, and then we break above. Once we get that break above, after having all these buy limits activate under leveraged, then you start adding your actual positions here to continue the move up. But you have to establish that initial position first to hold up your actual trade and like hedge. But yeah, that's just me, how I do it. But I think it benefits everybody, to be honest. It just keeps it safe, and it just helps you make less. But look how this candle is right now. Look how this candle is right now. Make less mistakes. Yeah, it helps you make less mistakes. But look at the respect. So if this closes, solid. Let's go to the daily real quick. The daily did get a nice rejection to the upside as well. So I'm just adjusting this.
Hey, Will, can you go back to the time frame you were just on? Was that the week?
Yeah.
My bad. So, if it closes below that lowest wick, on that one, yeah, will it be to the downside, or is it if it closes below the full bodies?
If it full body closes below this wick, then that just tells us that price wants to go lower because it's not respecting this structure here, right? But if it wicks up and closes above, that means we just liquidated this liquidity, and that was used to take price higher, and that's what you want to see for price to continue in that direction. You want to see sweeps, like you want to see how these is just all wicks like sweep, right? Sweeps. You want to see just things get swept. Sometimes the sweep may be huge, like this is a huge sweep, right? It's huge, but we also swept here, here, and here, almost left equal lows. People sometimes don't even take the trade. Oh, I see equal lows. I'm not gonna take it. It's like, oof. But then you gotta realize it's just structure. Boom. Break above these highs. Came back to retest. You would have entered here on a test trade, but then you would have had a major drawdown. But because you were under leveraged, you probably had some other buy limits stacked. Maybe you had some drawdown, and then once it finally went your way, you're like, okay, bet. It retest. That's when you stack again. Boom. You break more structure, stack again. You break more structure, stack again. Just ride that up. And that's what's going to happen here. Well, we don't know what's going to happen, but we just look for the evidence so we can go ahead and stack this same area that will eventually lead to the all-time highs. But it all depends on this next weekly and monthly close. The daily did some damage a little bit, but not anything significant yet. Nothing too crazy yet. But we did sweep the previous right here. This is the previous day low. So in order to really get some confirmation, we'd have to break above at least these highs. Like these highs here, but the swing high would be like right here. Right? This is that last high before these lows. Boom. You really want to see us break above there to have full faith and confidence of like bullishness. If you can't even break these highs, then there's really no argument for us going higher. But oh shit, give me a second. Yo, what's good, brother?
Yo, yo.
You ready?
No, I'm gonna leave. I'll probably leave. I'll probably leave the crib around like 7 o'clock.
Okay.
But I don't know how long I'm gonna be out for tonight.
How long?
So
I know, I know, I know. You
yeah.
said like after the event you want to go out, right?
Dude. Honestly, I went so hard the other night. I don't want to go out and drink, but if that's what like people are expecting, I'll go out. But I'm not gonna fucking party and drink. But I also might have like another show I have to get to. So we'll see.
Okay.
So you can still roll with me. I don't think. Let me see.
It's Thursday, brother.
Yes, Thursday. Traffic's. I guess it's kind of. It's bad. It's not that bad. It's still 25 minutes.
All right. I mean, yeah,
Totally,
it's
totally up to
Thursday.
you though,
It's
bro. Because I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna be setting up and doing some shit before. And it's totally up to you. If you want to, you could roll through with me, or you could, or you could just go. But then I don't want to like leave you stuck kind of all night. Because I don't know what I have to do yet.
I feel it. It is what it is. I mean, I'm not really trying to drive in LA traffic anyway, and it's and plus
For
I
sure.
I gotta wake up early tomorrow anyway. But
We're gonna take my shitty commute car because I don't like driving my other car.
all right, no
All right.
worries.
Yeah, I usually just drive my shitty car to shows because who cares?
Yeah, no one's gonna see it anyway.
Yeah, you know
You're
what I
gonna you're
mean.
gonna be on stage.
I've personally, I've had this car for so long, and I've driven it across the country 3 times.
What kind of car is this?
Toyota Highlander, like a 2007.
I knew it. I know it's a fucking Toyota or a Honda. One of those.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, man. It's up to you. I mean, I'm down for whatever.
Alright, well, I'll text you my address. I'm gonna leave at like 7 on the dot.
All right, bet.
Alright.
All right.
Later.
Later. All right. But yeah. These highs would have to be taken. Full body candle close. But it all starts down here. So we did sweep the previous day lows, which is solid. But now we got to go down and see like what's happening on the 4 hour. I want to see more structure get broken to the upside. Now that I'm on the 4 hour, yeah, we had these daily highs up here, but now I see that there's other highs. Before we even think about getting up here, these highs got to be broken right here. Right? That's just a fact. Right? We can't even think about getting these highs broken above if we can't even, clap these. And then going down to the 1 hour, same thing. Before we can even think about getting up here to these 4 hour highs, I want to at least see us break above, more highs on the 1 hour right in here. Right, this is that daily low, that previous daily low, but now we're looking at it on the 1 hour time frame. Again, we swept these lows. I want to see some highs get broken. I want to see, right, price came down, making a series of lower lows and lower highs. Finally, a lower low, lower high. We sweep. We need that break. Or we need that break above, at least on like the hour, 4 hour time frame, to really have some, so we can stand on business. Really, yes, there's other time frames on 30-minute, 15-minute, 5-minute, which is also essential. But since price has been dramatically falling, I want to have at least some 1 hour type of confirmation, because I do want to stack these trades and start to position myself. And I don't want to be just, stacking and getting cooked. But like here, like there's so many times where, 15-minute right here, boom, and then clapped. I learned my lesson here. The reason why I'm like so biased right now is because at the beginning of the week, we were up here and I was like, oh, we broke structure to the upside, even on the 1 hour time frame. I'm like, oh, bet, right? We swept these lows, we broke structure, so let's get in for some buys. What happened? Cooked. Immediately cooked. I was like, oh, all right, bet. We're not doing that again. So I'm waiting for some solid evidence because I got cooked here, so I want to make sure that doesn't happen again. All right. But so far, we haven't really broken structure. I know the sellers could have came in at the same buys that got clapped. You could have took the sell right there. It's crazy work. But it also overlapped with the imbalance as well. So could have taken those plays. But that would have been a nasty sell if you took those. Or any highs I got swept, you could have taken positions, right? We swept these highs, take some positions. Right, we never broke above these highs here. Never broke that structure, so that's all sweep, nasty work. But I want to see these highs get broken above, so I'm gonna put an alert here. Once per bar close. And if price comes here as well, there's also a chance of reversal. Right, these lows could easily be respected as well. These lows as well. But I'm not gonna mark up every single one. I just want to see this get broken above first. So that's it for NAS. Let me go look at gold real quick. Go to the 12-month. Rampage. I mean, this is essentially the closest structure that we have right now. Right, these lows are the closest lows, and these highs are the closest highs to current price, and then all-time highs up there. Boom. So this is all like relevant structure. Yes, there's more down here, but as far as right now, we're looking at what's happening in there. But and of course, I know if you go, if you want to draw the Fibonacci from these main lows to the highs, I know discounts are way lower. We never know. gold can easily drop the same way Bitcoin is dropping now, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see. Let's find out. So far, the structure looks better though, because these were previous all-time highs, and we broke above those highs and then retested with the wick. Super clean. And then we also broke these highs first, and you also broke these highs. Full body candle, or broke above 3 monthly highs in one candle. That's extremely bullish. And then the next candle retested. It retested, didn't quite fill the imbalance, because if you don't retest the structure, that means the imbalance wasn't filled. So it starts here. This hasn't been filled. This hasn't been filled. But yeah. So that's also available if price ever does want to work its way down. I don't know why it's not showing. Shit is annoying sometimes, honestly. Boom. Too much of a sniper, fam. Who? But shit. Just fucking OCD. Honestly. Now I'm marking up this structure. I'm looking at current price and I'm like, okay, we tried to break above these highs, couldn't do it. This candle did, and now it's retesting. These lows are also here. Boom, these lows. Are we sweeping these lows here, or are we going to close below? We're going to find out. 19 hours. Go to the daily. We're right in here. We're right in here. So we swept these lows on the daily. We swept the next lows. Didn't quite sweep these, so this is also available. Like if price wanted to go lower, you can enter at these, previous day lows, or you can wait for the other previous day lows. But any low technically on the daily, weekly, monthly is available as liquidity to be swept to make the next move. So if this is enough to take price to the next level, bet. And if it's not, then it most likely will go for the next one. And if that's not enough, then it'll go for the next one. So that's why I'll do buy limits at those levels, because I don't know which one that they want. But I know they want one of them. And that's why I'll just under leverage until I figure out which one it is. And then once I start seeing price move in that direction, then I'll have the confidence to stack. But that's why it's better to use the higher time frame, so then you don't have like 5,000 buy limits. But if they're all under leveraged, you're good. This low is also available. If price doesn't have to go down there, this is also another previous day low. Right? Any one of these lows is available. So this one here, and this one, and then this one. Those are the main ones we're looking at right now. And then we want to see some breaks of structure to the upside as well, right? This is the lowest candle, so we swept these lows here. We want to see, a break here, but also here as well. But this candle's not done. But you want to see a break above these highs minimum, because if you can't even get above these highs, don't even think about trying to attack the rest. We gotta break step one first. That first change of character. So you want to see that right there. You want to see that break and close once per bar close on the 4-hour time frame. That's a solid notification. If I don't get that, I'm not even going to waste my time. But you can also under leverage buy limits at these lows, even if you don't get that break, just in case that liquidity is enough to bring price up and then break that structure, because we don't know which spring it wants to create. And I'm also looking at this here. More liquidity that was built up. The sweep broke above. Retest, right? Retest. And now we're back retesting. So Are we gonna respect this and create another setup, maybe? Or do we want to go lower? You can also see that as trend line liquidity. You're talking about the downtrend line right here, or you're talking about this uptrend here that just got swept? The uptrend. That's facts. So I like to use this one. You can use boom. You can use that. Or if you're doing like a steep trend line, like the steep one, like right there. Yeah. You guys see it though. Let me use the regular trend line. Boom. Definitely got swept. Boom. So that's what happens as well. People who only trade trend lines, it does work because trades do tend to follow the trend. But sometimes they get swept, and that's fine. And when that happens, just look left and see, okay, what structure is there? Like, yes, we swept this trend line, but going back to the accumulation schematic, this happened here. So, and technically, until these lows get swept, this area is still valid for buys. But I understand, I know we are at high prices. I know people like to buy in, discount zones as well. And these are the previous all-time highs. So price coming back down there, or maybe even lower, maybe it might not be so bad. You can use these lows right there. You can use these lows, whatever lows suit you the most. These lows here, the 27.90, 27. Yeah, I like this area too. It's a nice retest of the structure. Super clean. And this is also where another accumulation happened, right? We had a low, a high, the sweep, break above, retest, and then price flew. And I like how this accumulation structure is right at the same level, which is a retest of the previous all-time highs. So solid. It would be definitely. And the way we can tell if we are going to approach this is all based upon what happens here. It all depends here, and we would have to close beneath these lows as well to indicate. But maybe it'll be one big wick on like the monthly. You never know. So far, that's it though. That's really it for gold. We're just waiting for the confirmation to the upside. And then I know Bitcoin, I got to do Bitcoin, honestly. Because I know everyone's shook right now. But it is what it is. Bitcoin moves like crazy. Previous all-time highs right there. And then you can even mark up, these highs here if you want to. Boom. All-time highs as well. This one here. And of course, so you can see that liquidity was swept. We came above these highs, we swept it, and then it was only 1,500. So a 1,500 point sweep to make 27,000. Sheesh, that's a nasty risk to reward. Everyone took profit here. A lot of people take profit at previous highs. So keep that in mind. And the higher the time frame, the stronger the move would be, as you can see. Like, that's a nasty, very obvious place to sell. Like, I know a lot of us didn't, but that would have been very obvious. Like, brother, we just swept the previous highs. Like, yeah, even if it's just one position, like you're up. That's nasty work. And it looks like price is working its way down here. 73,000, which will be a fill of this imbalance and a retest of structure. There's also this high here, back here. But I mean, it's so close. I'm not gonna have both marked up. But yeah, even here when price swept, right? We came above these highs, and easy sells on Bitcoin, 40,000. Right? You had one drop. You had two times to get in, 40,000, and then same thing happened up here. Sweep, dropped. It's only dropped about like 20, 30,000. So is there more to go or what? But I know some people want to catch it here too. If it sweeps this whole setup, that would be nasty work. Boom, sweep, break above. So we're coming back to retest. But if it wants to go lower, price could, I've seen it. You can easily sweep this, tap into this other order block here, and then go like that. And if this gets swept, everyone's going to be shook. But then that's going to be the place to really load up. But that all depends if this doesn't get respected. This is the first place I'd be looking. This is a very healthy price action from these lows to the highs. It also correlates with the discounts. So yeah, if that gets swept, there's no reason for you not to buy this. That would be insane. That would be insane. And then if you want to backtest this is always going to be a reminder of how everyone fucked up, because we all should have bought right here. That's a violation. If this can never happen, again. There's no way that not everyone that's calling themselves a trader is not in this fucking trade and bragging about it on Instagram in some way, shape, or form, still holding. You would have my utmost respect at that point. Like, all right, this person knows what the fuck they're doing, because we broke structure to the upside on the monthly with a full body candle and had 2 times to enter. Even swept previous monthly lows. Nasty work. This is unacceptable. We need to be in this trade. You'd still be in profit. We have to catch the next play like this on Nas, gold, and Bitcoin. There's no more excuses. We have the information. This is completely and utterly unacceptable and disgusting. This is why I'm building an army of snipers. I want 100 people in a fucking 55th floor with bottles and champagne, suited and booted, on the charts, screaming 1,000 points on Bitcoin. Loud as fuck. Wolf of Wall Street type vibes. There's no excuse anymore. But yeah, that's my TED Talk. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk for the day. But yeah, bro, after learning what I know, I get so mad looking in the past on the chart because it's fucking in front of, bro, I'm telling you. I'm just like, I'm seeing that gold will keep going up regardless of what happens. Facts. Gold does not care. That's why I trade Bitcoin, gold, and Nas, because they just go up. They just go up. And I'm here for it. This is crazy. Hold on. That's crazy work. All right. You guys have any other charts you want to go over? Any other things? I'm actually about to head out. Let me see how far this is. 15. Bet. All right. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Let's get it.